What's up, family? New stimulus checks are on the horizon. Say it ain't so. Well, it's actually true. We are starting to see multiple states calling for additional stimulus checks on a local level, but we are also seeing checks being called out for on a federal level as well. We recently saw where President Biden states that he wants to bring back the monthly stimulus checks for millions of Americans. I've got the details to share with you today in this video, but before we get started, you already know what to do. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel as well as hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Well, guys, for the state of Massachusetts, we have a new stimulus check that is being called for from the governor. Yes, right here you can see that Governor Healey is calling for a $750 million tax relief package that is seen to include stimulus checks for the Massachusetts economy. And yes, guys, this came out just a couple of days ago, but this new $750 million tax relief package was called by Governor Mari Healey, in which it is anchored by a $600 child and family credit per dependent, which could soften the blow of a pending recession that we are headed towards, guys, this year, which she is a leader of the House and Ways and Means Committee, which she said during a hearing this past Tuesday on the new governor's fiscal 2024 budget proposal. Now, Healey's unveiled this particular plan for tax relief last week, which also includes expanding the senior circuit breaker and rental deduction cap alongside her $55.5 billion budget pitch that carves out hundreds of millions of dollars for investments in housing, childcare, transportation, climate, among other priorities. Now, again, this is for the state of Massachusetts. And she said in a statement, she said, look, if in Massachusetts we're using $750 million or $1 billion to restructure those taxes, giving it to the people who have a propensity to spend, what we're really looking at is Massachusetts going to counter to where the federal government's going and potentially protecting ourselves and insulating ourselves from a full-blown recession, according to the governor. So anyways, guys, like I said, this is just one particular state that is calling for some additional stimulus checks in the amount of $600. Yes, guys, so far this has not been approved, but right now they are looking at this $700 million tax relief package, and they want to take some of that money and give it back to its local residents in the form of a $600 stimulus check. So again, that is for the state of Massachusetts. And then we also have something for the state of Georgia as well, in which their governor is still pushing for a stimulus check, and they want to make it around the $500 mark. So again, it says right here in this article, it says that Georgia's governor pushes for a stimulus check, and here's how you can get a $500 and a tax relief for you and your family. So again, it says right here that at the start of the year, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp assessed the state's budget and gave his recommendation on how to distribute this particular money. Two proposals could provide different stimulus checks for Georgia residents under the specific qualifications. Governor Kemp pushed for these particular stimulus checks last year. It was passed in March of 2022 under the House Bill 1302, but this year they are hoping to get that bill renewed in the current session for 2022 through 2023. The governor also suggested a one-time homeowner tax relief program worth $1.1 billion. You can also get a property tax relief on average $500 if you're an eligible homeowner. He made these particular proposals on January the 13th of this year to the General Assembly, and according to the Georgia's General Assembly calendar, leaders are meeting under the Golden Dome in Atlanta a couple of days ago. The Senate passed the previous bill around this time last year, so a verdict on Governor Kemp's recommendations can be expected very soon. Now again, the governor reported that other states that jumped on the bandwagon in 2022 are still sending out their tax rebates in 2023. These states include California, New Jersey, and South Carolina. So again, last year in the Peach State, the checks were expected to automatically hit your account if you successfully filed your taxes and are a Georgia resident. And so overall, it seems that you can expect the same thing for this year if Governor Kemp's proposals are actually approved. So again, guys, just another form of a stimulus check in the form of $500 for those of you who live in Georgia, in addition to the homeowner tax relief program. These are just two different things that Governor Kemp is proposing, and it looks very promising that these could be approved very, very soon. And once that happens, guys, those checks are going to be hitting your bank accounts as well, $500. But anyways, guys, those are just two stimulus checks that we already have on the table, and we are just waiting for them to be approved. But in addition to that, we also have President Biden is calling for more stimulus checks. Yes, right here it says that President Biden is calling for these stimulus payments to start once again. And he wants to do this by proposing a 25% billionaire tax on the wealthy individuals. And I have a question to ask you guys. Because President Biden wants to tax the wealthy, do you believe that billionaires should pay more money? This is a very touchy subject, a sticky subject, and I want to know your thoughts on this, guys. So if you can, go ahead and comment down below in the comment section and let me know how you feel about this. Do you believe that those individuals that make more than $400,000 should pay their fair share? They should pay more in taxes? Or do you believe that what we have going right now is actually working? Comment down below and let me know, guys. But again, like I said, President Biden wants to tax the billionaires 25%. He wants to do this for those individuals that pretty much make a ton of money. The wealth tax in President Biden's budget proposal and similar tax the rich efforts in some states is sparking debate over how much tax billionaires and millionaires should actually pay. And that's why I want you to comment down below. But anyways, guys, like I said, President Biden did release a new budget proposal that came out last week, which is calling for this increase in taxes on the wealthy individuals. And you can see right here on the whitehouse.gov's website, it says that the president's budget extending Medicare solvency by 25 years or more. Now, while President Biden wants to tax the rich or tax the wealthy, he is wanting to use some of that money to also make sure that Medicare does not run out of money. Right here on the whitehouse.gov's website, we can see that the president introduced a budget extending the Medicare solvency rate by 25 years or more, which is going to also strengthen the Medicare program as well as lowering healthcare costs altogether. So again, guys, this is just a piece of the information that was introduced by President Biden last week in regards to taxing the rich by 25%. He wants to do that as well as for the Medicare program. He does not want this program to end within the next 9 years or so. So he believes that introducing this new bill will actually raise more money for the Medicare Trust Fund so that Medicare solvency issues does not run out for at least 25 or more years or so. So again, guys, that is also what President Biden is calling for, in addition to the stimulus checks, as well as some monthly stimulus checks as well, guys. Yes, President Biden's budget proposal that was introduced last week is also pushing to renew bigger child tax credit payments for American families. Yes, it says that President Biden has called for renewing enhanced child tax credit payments for parents as part of the family policies in his budget that was unveiled last week. But getting Congress to sign off on the terms may not be so easy. Well, anyways, his particular budget proposal that was introduced last week includes a host of different proposals within the bill, but specifically we are talking about he wants to reintroduce the enhanced child tax credit that temporarily gave qualifying parents up to $3,600 per child for 2021 through the American Rescue Plan. Now, President Biden's plan for raising the current maximum child tax credit from $2,000 per child to $3,600 per child under the age of 6 years old, or $3,000 per child ages 6 and older. Again, the budget also calls for permanently making the child tax credit fully refundable, which means that people would still be eligible even if the tax liability was less than the credit amount. So again, President Biden is calling for protecting and strengthening Social Security, as well as Medicare, as well as bringing back the child tax credit for millions of Americans in this country. Now, these are just a few things that was introduced in his budget proposal that was introduced last week, which also he called that he was going to reduce the deficit by $3 trillion. So again, this is just a plethora of information that was introduced last week and some information coming out this week as well. But the biggest key in regards to this particular video is bringing back the enhanced child tax credit, as well as other states introducing their own local statewide stimulus check for the American people. Again, guys, all of this is just some huge news, and we are finally happy to see these things put back on the table once again. Hopefully President Biden can get it passed in Congress, but again, it does look a little bit doubtful as of now, but hopefully that changes very soon, guys. And anyways, lastly, in regards to stimulus checks, I do want to remind you guys that if for a chance that you did not receive some of the previous stimulus checks, number 1, number 2, or number 3, you can still claim those, guys. Yes, if you miss any stimulus checks previously, you can claim it on your 2020 or your 2021 tax return. It says right here that you may be eligible to claim a recovery rebate credit on your 2020 or 2021 federal tax return if you didn't get a stimulus check or got less than the full amount. Again, guys, if you are interested, I will include a link to this article down below in the description so that you can find out exactly what you need to do to claim your missing stimulus check. But anyways, guys, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today, but feel free to check out some of the items down below because there are a few ways for you to be able to support this channel. It's totally free to you. Also, some opportunities for you to receive like 12 free stocks from Webull that could be worth up to $3,000. Also, you can get the Amazon Prime membership for free for 30 days. Those are just a few, but if you are interested, be sure to check out the links down below. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.